Hi everyone, it's me, your girl, the Kinky Witch. How are we doing today? Today, we are here to do the Aries Mid-House 10th Heaven Career and Professional Guidance reading. Aries, we are here to take a look at what message Divine Mother Father God has for you for the energetic period of April 15th through to May 15th. Aries, you could already be in these energies, you could be flowing into these energies, but these are the energies that you're going to be working with during this time frame. This can also apply to your sun, moon, rising, and descendant placements. So take it as it resonates, leave the rest. In this house, we have a saying, we leave it for the owner. If one of yours, don't pick it up. All right? All right. All right, Aries, as always, let us pray. Divine Mother, Father God, angels, ancestors, and guides, we ask that you allow me to see and say all that I must. What is your guidance for Aries, Divine? They are your children. They are yours to guide, yours to teach, yours to love. What are the messages that you need them to know for this time period? So we're going to pull oracle card or two, and then we're going to clarify with tarot, and then we're going to come through with one spiritual guidance message to close it out. We're going to be using the Get Into the Vortex by Esther and Jerry Hicks. We're then using the Unfolding Path Tarot, and we're closing out with some messages from the Four Agreements. All right, so Aries. Divine Mother, Father God, what is your message for Aries? What is your message for Aries, career and professional? Ooh, all right. We have four cards, Aries. Let's see. All right, the first card we have is making peace with my today will improve my future. 41, that's a 5, so that is change. Making peace with my today will improve my future. It says, it may sound odd, but the fastest way to get to a new and improved situation is to make peace with your current situation. By making lists of the most positive aspects you can find about your current situation, you then release your resistance to the improvements that are waiting for you. But if you rail against the injustices of your current situation, you hold yourself in a vibrational alignment with that, with what you don't want, right? With what you do not want. And you cannot then move in the direction of improvement. It defies law, right? That what you seek is seeking you, but you have to be energetically aligned to it. Aries, this resonates for me. I am Aries rising, and I'll just share that, okay? But release the things that do not serve you, release the people, places, things, release the emotions, release the feelings, right? Make peace with what the current situation is. So for most of us, for most of you, Aries, right, you're making peace with changes that are happening that are either against what your alignment is or it's pushing you further to your alignment, right? This is go with the flow. This is release and let go. This is you understanding that I will not hold on to the hurt, the anger. I will not hold on to pain. Anything that holds me in this vibrational space, and this is not the space I want to be, we are being told to release it. 41 breaks down to 5, and 5 is my card of number of change. All right. So Spirit says, make peace with your today to improve your future. It says, my every thought is attracting vibrational essence. Number 13, that breaks down to 4. All right. It says, whether you are thinking about wanted things or unwanted things, you are still sending out a request to attract most things like the subject of your thoughts. And all things that happen to you, all people, things, experiences that come to you, come in response to your vibrational invitation. Noticing how things are turning out for you is one very clear way of understanding which vibrational requests you're emanating, because you are always getting the essence of what you are thinking about, whether you want it or not. Aries, so stop thinking about what is not going right. Stop thinking about what you're lacking, what you're missing. Stop thinking about the no's and the denials that you've been given, right? Rejection is protection. Rejection mean that was not the path for you. Rejection mean that was not your time to engage in a particular situation. Release this need to control how everything plays out. And that's a part of making peace with fear today, right? If something doesn't go right today, we release that. We have the conversations with ourselves, with our guides. We have the conversations with our family that we need to. We journal, we exercise, we meditate, and we recognize that we are now vibrating in a vibrational space that we don't want to be, and we release that. We do not hold on to that, right? Because that which you seek is seeking you, and it will not come into this vibrational space, right? So Spirit is telling you guys, when it comes to attracting the career and the professional life that you want, Aries, you got to release the shit that don't work for you so you can vibrationally go into the energy of the things that are meant for you, okay? Rejection is protection. Someone's no is someone else's yes. Someone else's maybe is someone else's no. Someone else's maybe is someone else's yes. You have to understand that everything isn't for everyone, okay? And just because it's not your turn, or maybe because some things aren't working out in your way, it doesn't mean that you are not getting that which you are wanting. You have to change your vibrational energy, okay? All right. It says, I can find harmony by feeling for improved thoughts. Aries, 33, this is 6. So right now we have 5, 4, 6 on the board, 33. All right. It says, if we were contemplating an action that caused negative emotions, we would not proceed with the action until we had resolved the negative emotion. We would make sure that we had come into alignment with source before proceeding. By feeling for the improved thoughts in time, and usually in short time, you will feel the harmony of your source, and you will know the appropriateness of your behavior. We would not look for the long list of right and wrong, but instead we would feel for the emotion of alignment with source. So for me, Aries, what Spirit is saying is right now you're in a vibrational space where something didn't go your way, right? And instead of thinking on the what ifs and the injustices of it all and the comparisons and looking at that person's life and they did this for someone or this happened for this person, we need to recognize that what happened for people were meant for them. And so we're not going to go there mentally. We are going to always correct ourselves. So Spirit is saying that even though, yes, we're going through emotions right now that, kind of force us at times to go in and dwell in that negative space. Spirit is saying, but you still have the strength to course correct your mind, right? And you know what I love? I can't help but see like how these two cards, right, are looking at each other, right? This one is saying, hey, I need to align with the energy that I want to, because right now I'm in the energy of what I don't want to be. And how do I handle that? By course correcting. You're seeing yourself, Aries, and in seeing yourself, you are following your divine alignment. And I love that. You're seeing your divine alignment. You are recognizing that these emotions that I'm going through, I will not dwell in this space. I will grow from this. And growing from this means receiving and making peace with what is. We have 7. All right, so we have 5, 4, 6, 7. Do you see that? You're counting down 5, 4, right? You're in that energy of letting go of those things that are coming at you, that you're having to process these emotions, you're having to process these feelings, you're having to process the thoughts. And in doing so, knowing that I will not stay here. 6, 7 is saying now we grow, now we build. As we release, we align. As we let go, we regain strength, right? We release and we make peace, and then we find harmony. We grow. So as you release and you shrink that energy out of you, Spirit is saying you're going to grow. You're going to absorb the energies that you need to, because you are no longer in alignment with what isn't for you, because you're always seeking what is yours. All right. It says, my thoughts join a powerful swirling vortex of attraction. Yes, Spirit is saying 6, 7, attract what you seek. Attract truly what you seek. Let go of what is, let go of what isn't. Attract what you seek. Always be in a vibrational flow of this is what I want, this is what it's going to be, this is what I have, this is how I'm living, this is how I'm moving, right? Even if the people around you aren't moving in the same vibrational energy as you, that's fine. They're moving in their vibrational energy, and you will align with those that are matching you. It says, in the same way that the law of attraction is responding to the thoughts, words, and actions that you are offering here in your physical reality, the law of attraction is always responding powerfully to your vibrational reality. When the law of attraction, the universal manager of all vibrations, responds to the clarity of vibration afforded by your expanding inner being, the result is a powerful swirling vortex of attraction. Exactly. Right? When we make peace with what is and we celebrate those around us and their achievements and their accomplishments, we are making peace with my time is upon us. My time is upon me. My time is coming, and my time is coming in divine time. I'm going to celebrate those that have received milestones and achieve successes that they've been attracting, because I'm around people that are attracting what it is that they want. And by me being around people that are attracting what they want, my attraction for what I want is just growing closer and building and becoming stronger. All right, Aries. So Spirit is saying you got to let go of the what if, let go of the what didn't, let go of the woe is me, because living in the woe is me, Aries, right, just makes you stay there, right? Remember, we learn lessons, we do not take losses, because anytime you put forth energy towards receiving something, towards doing something, and it doesn't go as expected, you learned from it. You learned what to do better next time. And so again, you set out on that path. And this time, instead of going left, you go right, and you go a little bit further. Then you come to the next road and you're like, you know what? Last time left didn't work. Let me go right. Right worked again. So you keep going. And you're like, let me keep going right. But this time right was like, so what do we do? At that point, we don't have to go all the way back to start. We just know, okay, I'm ready to go forward, left, and you keep going, right? We're learning. We do not take losses, we learn lessons and we apply them. And by applying them, what are we saying? I'm living in the now and I'm making peace with the what is, because when I do so, I'm aligning with my what will be, okay? Divine Mother, Father God, let us clarify making peace with my today will improve my future. Give us some additional guidance here with the tarot energetically, right? Aries, Aries, Aries. All right, Aries. So for me, this is telling me you got some news that isn't necessarily what you wanted to hear. You didn't want to hear the shit. Period. Aries. So what do I have here? I have here the Page of Swords coming out to clarify making peace with today will improve your future. So you got news that you didn't really like, right? The Page of Swords talks about news, incoming news, news that really just like, Nah, I don't really like this. And there's chitter chatter behind it. So you're feeling a little bit some type of way and you're feeling in your emotional bag a little bit here, Aries. This is what I'm getting from this. The Hierophant is telling me that this is news that came from somebody of power with power and authority, right? Remember, this is a personal reading. This is a career reading. This could be a boss, a supervisor. This could be somebody you're doing business with that has a little bit of power, probably holds the purse strings a little bit. You're getting information from these people that necessarily isn't going to it's not what you want to hear right now. But Four of Swords is saying, make peace with this, right? And this is ultimately what Spirit is saying. Because ultimately, you're not getting told no, but you have to make peace with the fact that it's not exactly how you want it to be. The Knight of Cup is telling me that this is because you need to leave room for another offer to come in. There's another offer here on the table for you. So you've received information, news, you've heard something that didn't sit well with you, Aries, and it's triggering an emotion. And so for you, what Spirit is saying is make peace with today so we can move forward. You got this bit of information because you needed to, because your move forward looks different. This is not a no. Your move forward looks different. So we take this lesson and we move forward, right? We have the 10 of Cups coming. All right. Ultimately, Aries, this is what you want. You want legacy, you want family, you want structure, right? You want emotional contentedness. So if that's what you ultimately want, sometimes having a career that doesn't align with that family structure or family closeness, right? It will force you to make choices that will lead you down the path you really truly want to go. All right. So coming out, these three fell out, and I'm going to take them, but these three fell out when I said you heard something that you don't want to hear, right? So yes, you got some. Here's what I'm being told. Somebody who holds the purse strings, the King of Pentacles, right? There are behaviors here that was displayed that you find off-putting, right? Because it's like this money comes with ties. This money, this position comes with um ties that you don't want. All right? So you hear that news and you're like, I don't want those. I don't oh, if I got to do that in order to get this. You hear that news and that's not sitting well with you, right? Nine of Wands. This is my spiritual protection card, right? Again, rejection is protection, Aries. Rejection is your divine protection. So whatever this bitter news that you heard, yes, it went against everything that you stood for, that you're working towards, that you're aligning with. So remove yourself from that vibrational space so that you can call in the things that you are aligning to, right? So this is that I'm recognizing that this is a space I don't want to be. I'm going to let this stay here, right? I'm making peace with today, and tomorrow is a new day. Again, today's day. Yesterday was yesterday's day, and tomorrow is tomorrow's day. All right, makes sense, makes sense. So my every thought is attracting its vibrational essence, right? So now we're recognizing I can't sit here and being the oh, woe was me. What is your message, Spirit? What is the guidance for getting out of this oh, woe was me so that we can align and get into, okay, I've learned that lesson. This is what's next. I learned that lesson. This is how I should move going forward. Mm, okay. So we have the Five of Wands. Yes, right? You want to fight. You want to fight. You're in your head. You're upset. You're tight. You're bugging right now because no, this is not what I worked for. Like, how dare you? Right? So this is like you're combative, right? I always say the Five of Wands can either be combative or collaborative. In this situation, you have to recognize that these thoughts that you have around the situation you want to fight, the more you think about it, the more you get angry. The more you think about it, the more you want to say something to people. The more you think about it, the more you're like, but look, 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 right? Release that. We release those thoughts. This is what this is saying. Hey, you keep focusing on that. That's all that you're going to get. Change your mindset. You are the Empress here, Aries. You are the Empress. You are divinely abundant, Spirit is saying. Spirit is like, listen, you have a wealth of abundance that is here surrounding you, but you can't get to it if you remain here in this Eight of Swords. Get out of your head. All you have to do is get up and walk around this cage that you created for yourself. So you know, Aries, that you are in this divine energy, this divine Empress energy. So you're attracting what it is that you want. You've done the work, right? And you come across this fork in the road. It's not a loss, it's a lesson. So we pivot, we learn, we move, we grow. We have the Knight of Swords, right? Because there's more information coming out. There's more to this story, right, than you're being told. And I love how this cheeky knight was like, right? Like, and you're like, okay, right? But you're picking it up. Listen, Aries, sometimes smoke screens happen that people empower you to say, well, how did they behave when this happened? What was their reaction when this happened? So get out of this Five of Wands, Eight of Swords energy. You're in your head. You're creating a narrative that you don't need to create, right? The Empress is who you are. You are the Empress, right? And so you want to make sure you're remaining in that energy, right? The Knight of Swords, it's coming out. Ace of Cups. There's an offer coming in here, okay? There is an offer coming in here for you. Sorry, I'm trying to get this. Certain cards just, here we go, the light. And this is a lower setting, but hold on. So we have the Ace of Cups here for you, Aries. There is an offer that's coming in that you don't see. And this is being brought in by the divine. All right, this is, you see this portal? This is being brought in by the divine. And this is a cup of love. Like you're going to get this opportunity and immediately you're going to know, I am loved. I am protected. I am cherished. Right? My mask Zora comes in reversed. So the Seven of Swords is people thinking that they're getting away with something and they're not. Right? They're not. They're not getting away with everything or anything. Aries, I want you to recognize that people may think that what they're doing is humbling you or they're taking away opportunities or they're making you feel less than. No. Right? No. Because you're not living in that energy of less than, they can't make you feel. Remember, you are the Empress, right? You can't make me feel less than. I know who I am. I know I'm abundant. And let their behavior show people who they are, not your behavior. Your behavior only shows people who you are. Let their behavior show people who they are. All right, Spirit, let's clarify. I can find harmony by feeling for improved thoughts, right? So now it's the time for you to just focus on you, focus on your growth, focus on what it is that you need to do. Whew. Okay. So, Two of Swords. Yes, you have a choice. You have a choice that you can either continue down the path of focusing on the bullshit, because swords are words, right? Swords, air, right? People think, again, they're going to get away with saying shit. They're not, right? They not. So, Two of Swords is saying I can choose to either go down this road where I'm combative, or I can go down this road where I am the Empress. You are choosing to go down the road that makes you the Empress. You are consistently living in your divine feminine energy, right? Because you're like, I can go down the road that gives me this baggage, the Ten of Wands, right? You're carrying all that emotional baggage that have been like left in your courtyard. Like for me, all right, your court is what I'm hearing. So for me, it's like people come and they dump their garbage on your lawn, and now you're left to clean up that mess. And, and what spirit is saying, what spirit is saying, give me a second. All right. Sorry. Sorry for that. Had to take a quick break, had to step away, but I'm back. So where were we? We were at the Two of Swords. We were at the Ten of Wands. We were at you choosing to not carry baggage that is not yours to carry. Okay. You have the Page of Wands, right? The Page of Wands is saying, listen, I'm going to take action and initiative elsewhere, right? But this action and this initiative I'm taking, Ace of Wands, is to start something new, right? This is going to be new. I'm going to focus on building something new, generating something new. That didn't work. Great. Leave it here. I made peace with it. Let's focus on something new. Let's put action elsewhere. Okay, this didn't work. I'm still going to put action over here because there's stuff I need to get accomplished, right? This brings forward a sudden change, Aries. That swift change in your mindset, the minute you lock in, the minute you realize that this is not a reflection of you, the minute you realize that, again, this is someone else's baggage, someone else's garbage, right? And you choose to move forward, you choose to move in a different direction, you're choosing yourself because you're choosing your alignment. This is a swift and sudden change. The tower is not something to be feared. It's unexpected, it's sudden, yes, but it's not to be feared, right? And I don't say that callously because I know some tower moments are atrocious, for lack of a better word. But some tower moments are needed. That swift, sudden change because your mindset, you're like, okay, moving forward. That didn't work. I've made peace with it. No, I'm not going to sit here and do a back and forth. I'm not going to talk about it anymore. I'm not going to lament about it. I'm not going to focus on it. I'm not going to put energy there. What I'm going to put energy in is, okay, let's move forward. I have something to accomplish, Ace of Wands. I have something I need done, right? The Hermit is telling me that you understand that a change in your inner self, your change in your mindset, right? Realigning back to your purpose, realigning back to your star, realigning back to that which you seek, right? Is going to help you to reconnect, right, with that mission, with their purpose. Spirit, let's clarify. My thoughts join a powerful swirling vortex of attraction. Remember, that what you seek is seeking you. So the minute you choose to say, I have made peace. Not I'm going to, I have made peace with what is, because I understand that this what is suits whom it suits perfectly, and I'm going to keep moving forward. Okay, because I know my what is here, it's coming, and I just need to continue to do the work I need to align myself to that. Okay? Yes. Okay. All right. So we have my thoughts join a swirling vortex of attraction. You have the King of Wands. Yeah. Like taking that decisive action and step to getting to what it is that you want, right? Understanding that, all right, it's always growing. Like the King of Wands is an entrepreneur who knows that, okay, that didn't work. Let's try this. That didn't work. Let's try this. Oh, this works. Yes, that King of Wands knows every time I try something new, I'm exerting new energy. Ace of Wands. Every time I'm looking to accomplish something new, I'm having to choose between this or that. Two of Swords. The King of Wands knows this. King of Wands understands this, but the King of Wands knows that in order to get what he or she wants, I gotta keep moving. I can't sit here and dwell on the shoulda, woulda, coulda. Okay? Because guess what? You bobbed, now you know I gotta weave. You swerved, now you know you gotta wobble. You know because you have learned. The King of Wands always learn from any missteps. But the King of Wands knows it's worth it. The action that I'm putting forward is worth it. Keep going, right? This brings in a Two of Wands, a choice, right? You being in this mindset of this is today's day, tomorrow is tomorrow's day. I'm not bringing today's day into tomorrow. Yes, today's day will impact tomorrow, but I'm not going to sit here and lament. I'm choosing not to, right? I'm choosing to keep moving forward. I'm putting action in my moving forward. It brings you to the Six of Pentacles, right? You are a you this is it. This is the attraction, right? Generous receptivity. The universe is like, I got you, baby. I got you. That didn't work. I love that you're not over here lamenting. I love that you're over here moving forward and getting what you need done, right? The universe is coming through to gift you what you're seeking because you've chosen to keep going. Okay, that happened, blip, right? You felt those feelings, had those emotions, said what you said, move forward, moving on, right? If somebody's like, "Oh, can we discuss it?" It's like, I mean, yeah, we can have a conversation, but I've accepted this is the decision that was made. Yes, okay. No, I understand why the decision was made. Yeah. I was like, I am human. I am allowed to have my feelings, and I've processed those feelings and I've moved on from them. Right? Sometimes the best thing to do with people, guys, is to be honest. Like when you're having that conversation, be like, no, I felt that way, but I can't let those feelings like hold me in a space that's not me. That's not what I want. I know what I want. And I know that, it may not be here. It may be somewhere else. It may be doing something else. But I'm going to keep moving forward to that which is mine. Because what is mine can never be taken from me. Because what someone else got, that was theirs. My mom is always saying, give unto Caesar what is due to Caesar. That was Caesar's. It wasn't mine. Right? With that, you have the Six of Wands, success. So, Aries, during this energetic period, you're going to be successfully, I feel like coming into it. Yeah, you got that news. That was some bull dookie, but it's okay because you said, all right, I hear you. I receive it. Okay. All right. No, 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 no. We good because now I gotta know I gotta move over here now. I gotta do something else. I gotta rearrange things. I gotta re-strategize. I gotta restructure. And by doing that, there's a tower that happens because you're not sitting over here like being overwhelmed by this negative gnawing emotion. Now you've aligned, and now that opened the door for people to come in to give you what you want, to get what you want, right? Temperance is coming through, and temperance is my card where my angels come through and they say, be patient, temper yourself. This is coming. The universe is preparing to give to you what you seek. Your victory is assured. You have chosen right. Okay? Spirit is saying that a sudden shift in mindset, Aries, is all you need to be victorious. That sudden shift in mindset is all you need to be victorious. All right, let's see what the Four of Agreements has for us. Let's final guidance for agreements has for us. Final guidance for Aries, Lord. Okay. The first one we have is don't make assumptions. Learn to ask questions. It is always better to ask questions than to make assumptions. Have the courage to ask questions until you are as clear as you can be. Once you hear the answer to a question, you won't have to make assumptions because you will know the truth. Don't be afraid to ask questions, right? Questions give you clarity. That is it. That is it. Don't take anything personally. Refuse to eat emotional poison, right? That is what we saw. Spirit was like, change that mindset. Don't focus on that negative shit. Don't focus on that devilish emotion that will seek to poison you. Choose what you know is right for you. And what I know is right for you, and what you know is right for you, is to focus on the things that you want, right? Taking things personally makes you prey for predators. They can hook your attention with one little opinion and feed you whatever poison they want. Refuse to eat the poison. Refuse to eat the poison. Whatever people think, that is their opinions. Opinions make a fool out of you, not me. So ask questions. If people are coming up to you and be like, I'm sorry, can I ask this question? Like, just be honest, ask the question, right? If you are faced with a situation where you have to be on and ask questions like, "Hey, why? Okay. Well, what happened for that to, okay, like ask questions because it's not your voila. It is not your problem. Remember what I said? Leave it for the owner and a fear one. Don't take it up. Aries, this has been your reading. Release what is to build your future. Because what is yours will never miss you. What is yours can never be anyone else's. Asheo.